Hello everyone, this is Shomodeep. So I'm going to speak about the current coronavirus outbreak. So how long it will take to create a vaccine to fight against this deadly virus that is spreading all over the world. So I'm saying about now a vaccine. So what is a vaccine? I'll just tell it very shortly. A vaccine is a biological preparation that provides active acquired immunity to a particular infectious disease. A vaccine typically contains an agent that resembles a disease causing microorganism and is often made from weakened or killed forms of the microbe. Its toxins are one of the surface proteins. So, whenever it enters our body, it stimulates the body's immune system to recognize that agent as a threat to destroy it. So, to further recognize and destroy any microorganisms associated with the agent it may encounter in future. Vaccines can be prophylactic, means to prevent or ameliorate the effects of a future infection by natural or wild pathogens, or therapeutic. It's being investigated. So now I'm going to talk about the current situation. So what is the current situation about right now? Is there any vaccine available to fight with this disease? So many scientists and many pharmaceutical companies in the world are trying to prepare a cure for this disease. So human trials will begin imminently, but even if they go all well, there may be hurdles before global immunization is feasible. So when the corona vaccine will be ready, this is the main question right now all people are having. So even at their most effective and draconian containment strategies have only slowed the spread of the respiratory disease COVID-19, with the World Health Organization finally declaring a pandemic. All eyes have turned to the prospect of vaccine because only vaccine can prevent people from getting sick. About 35 companies and academic institutions are racing to create such a vaccine, at least four of which already have candidates they have been testing in animals. So in order to test in animals, first we have to make some precautions because we cannot give it directly to human beings as we are testing it through the certain animals. If they are come positive, then the clinical trial will be then re-established and then it will be given to us. The first one of these produced by Boston-based biotech firm Moderna, and it will enter the human trials imminently, I think. So this unprecedented speed is thanks to large part of the Chinese efforts. Actually, they sequenced the genetic material of the SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19. China shared the sequence in early January, allowing some researchers to the world to grow the live virus and study how it invades the human cells and make people sick. So the genomic sequence has been given by the Chinese people, means the scientists who have been thoroughly studying this virus. So, but there is another reason for the head start. Though nobody could have predicted that the next infectious disease to threaten the globe would be caused by a coronavirus, flu is generally considered to pose the greatest pandemic risk. So, vaccinologists had hedged their bets by working on prototype pathogens. The speed at which we have produced these candidates built very much on the investment in understanding how to develop vaccines from other coronaviruses. It so the main thing is that we are all been trying to prepare a vaccine and it's all being in clinical trials. So coronaviruses have caused two other recent epidemics. So it's actually a severe acute respiratory syndrome, SARS, actually happened in China in 2002 to 2004, and Middle East respiratory syndrome in Mars, that has been happened in the Middle Eastern country in Arabia and certain parts of the countries in like United Arab Emirates and many other Middle Eastern countries. It actually happened through eating camel meat. So, the MERS, Middle Eastern respiratory syndrome, that it had the outbreak happened in Saudi Arabia in 2012. In both these cases, began on vaccines that were later shelved when the outbreaks were contained. So the only and the foremost thing is to do right now in this present situation is to stay indoors, and please, please, everyone, don't contaminate this anything. If you wipe your nose with a tissue, just let it throw it in the dustbin. Don't stay to anyone within 5 feet. Please make distance. So when going outside to do some grocery shopping, always wear protective things like putting a mask on your face, covering up on your nose, and also use a spectacular goggles to protect your eyes, so it can spread through anywhere. So it's very highly contagious. So as now repurposed, so this vaccine has been shelved because there were no need necessary as of isolation in these both SARS and MERS cases. So this is the only way to stop the coronavirus also if we stay indoors, but that will not happen. Actually, it is very infectious and it had spread to mostly all over the country in the world, and the rate of infection is increasing day by day, and we cannot even come close to it to stop the infection. So SARS-CoV-2 shares between 80 to 90% of genetic material with the virus, and hence its name came from that. Both consist of a strip of ribonucleic acid RNA inside a spherical protein capsule that is covered in spikes. So that's why it's named corona. Actually, these spikes lock onto the receptors on the surface of cells in human lungs, the same type of receptor in both cases, allowing the virus to break into cell. So once inside, it hijacks the cell's reproductive machinery to produce more copies of itself before breaking out of the cell again and killing in the process. All vaccines work according to the same basic principle. They present part of all of the pathogen to the human immune system, usually in the form of an injection at a low dose, to prompt the system to produce antibodies to the pathogen. Antibodies are a kind of immune memory which, having been elected once, can be done quickly mobilized again if the person is exposed to the virus in its natural form. So we are also taking help from AI to create and to find a vaccine for the COVID-19. So artificial intelligence also playing a large part now. So nowadays AI has gotten something of a bad rap in recent years, but the COVID-19 pandemic illustrates how AI can do a world of good in the race to find a vaccine. AI is playing two important supporting roles in this quest, suggesting components of a vaccine by understanding viral protein structures and helping medical researchers scour tens of thousands of relevant research papers at an unprecedented pace. Over the last few weeks, teams at the Allen Institute for AI, Google DeepMind, and elsewhere have created AI tools, shared datasets and research results, and shared them freely with the global scientific community. So, vaccines are quite necessary right now because it can help us to really recognize this deadly pathogen that is being infecting lots of people right now. As I can only say to all of the people who are watching this video YouTube, please stay at home indoors, and if you go outside, please wear protective mask and suit, and wash your hands regularly, hourly basis. So only thing can kill this virus is the soap, plain old soap, any soap. So just be careful and stay healthy and safe, and let's pray that all of us get very much healthy, and the people who are being affected by this virus gets well soon. This is my prayer to all of them, and hope this disease can be cured within months. Thank you everyone. Have a great day. Goodbye.